In the heart of the Rocky Mountains, nestled deep within the ancient forests, there lurked a terrifying legend. It was a tale whispered among campfires and hushed conversations, spoken only in fear. The legend spoke of a creature, a monstrous being known as Fartfoot, a Bigfoot with a flatulent affliction that haunted the woods, preying on unsuspecting campers for their precious beans. It was a moonless night, the darkness weighing heavily upon the dense forest. A group of friends ventured into the wilderness, seeking adventure and solace amidst the towering pines. Unbeknownst to them, they had wandered into Fartfoot's territory, their fate sealed by their love of campfire cuisine. As the campers huddled around their flickering fire, laughter and merriment filled the air. The aroma of sizzling sausages and simmering beans wafted through the trees, tempting an unseen presence in the shadows. Fartfoot had caught wind of the delectable scent, and his hunger grew insatiable. In the distance, the rustling of leaves and snapping of branches echoed through the night. The campers exchanged uneasy glances, their joviality fading into unease. They dismissed it as the wind, but deep down, a sense of foreboding settled upon them. Suddenly, the forest fell into an eerie silence. The crackling fire seemed to dim, as if choking on an invisible force. The campers held their breath, their hearts pounding in their chests, and then it came a deep, guttural growl that sent shivers down their spines. From the inky depths of the forest emerged a massive figure, towering over the trees. Fartfoot, the farting Bigfoot, had revealed himself. His eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and his matted fur was covered in dirt and leaves. But it was his odor that struck the campers the hardest, a rancid stench that seemed to emanate from every pore of his being. Fartfoot unleashed a deafening roar, shaking the very ground beneath their feet. He lunged forward, unleashing a gaseous explosion that enveloped the campsite. The campers, choking on the noxious fumes, desperately gasped for air, their eyes watering. Realizing the danger, they scrambled to their feet, desperately fleeing into the night. But Fartfoot was relentless, his monstrous form crashing through the underbrush in pursuit. With every step, he released a barrage of toxic flatulence, his weapon of choice. One by one, the campers succumbed to the sinister gas. Their bodies weakened and minds clouded. They stumbled and fell, unable to escape the relentless pursuit of Fartfoot. Their pleas for mercy were drowned out by the creature's booming laughter, a haunting sound that echoed through the forest. The night wore on, and the once vibrant campsite was reduced to a scene of horror and despair. Only one survivor remained, a camper named Sarah. She had managed to find refuge in a hidden crevice, shielding herself from Fartfoot's toxic emissions. As Sarah cowered in fear, she vowed to put an end to the creature's reign of terror. With trembling hands, she reached into her backpack and retrieved a can of beans, the very thing that had sparked Fartfoot's insatiable hunger. With a burst of courage, Sarah emerged from her hiding place, holding the can of beans high above her head. Fartfoot turned his attention towards her, his eyes narrowed in curiosity. Sarah, fueled by a mixture of fear and determination, hurled the can of beans towards the creature. Time seemed to slow as the can spun through the air, the sound of its impact reverberating through the forest, and then silence. Fartfoot's menacing presence dissipated, his monstrous form dissolving into thin air. Sarah rejoiced, her ordeal finally over. She had managed to defeat Fartfoot, the farting Bigfoot, with the very thing that had lured him, a can of beans. She retreated from the woods, forever haunted by the memory of that fateful night. As for Fartfoot, he became nothing more than a legend, a cautionary tale passed down from generation to generation. The deep woods of the Rocky Mountains remained a place of beauty and tranquility, but the whisper of his flatulence lingered, a chilling reminder of the horrors that once roamed the night.